Number 6, and here again we will talk about application of singular value decomposition. So coming to outline of today's lectures, these are the following. First, I would like to discuss about I will talk about image compression in detail. Actually, SVD in Python I will do later. And image compression. Before going to image compression, also I would like to introduce about what we call it low rank matrix approximation. So if you are having any kind of, I told that it is all about linear model is that data matrix. So whatever model you will have, just finally it will be turned into a data matrix. And if you are having a data matrix, then you can do SVD of that. And if you are doing SPD of that, then you will talk about rank of that data matrix, and based on rank of data matrix you can approximate the original, whether it might be picture or whether it might be any kind of signal. Any picture is also happens to be a signal, then any kind of thing it might be, any kind of information. So based on that matrix representation you try to uh, get an approximate representation, and it will just save your memory space. That is the approximation, meaning of approximation. And also another meaning is that approximation also containing most of information of the original as well. So both things we have to see here in image compression or in low rank matrix approximation. So first I am coming to a few example of image compression. So uh, before going to that, I will talk about one more interesting application of the matrix in the form of as a one rank matrix representation. So in left hand side you can see a matrix. There is a matrix whose entries everywhere you will see one. So that means every entry is one here in this matrix. So if you try to count the entries in total, there would be how many columns and how many rows? 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 6 rows are there, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 columns. So in total it is a 6 by 6 matrix. That means you need to remember 36 entries in order to remember this matrix. But if you try to see the pattern of this matrix is actually a single one rank matrix. It is a rank of this matrix is one rank matrix. So due to that rank criteria, always we can write a one rank matrix as a outer product of a vector. So here what it is, what we observe due to this entry, we can say that it is outer product of one vector. Generally, what is one vector? One vector, it is a vector of you can take a dimension. It might be depend upon the situation. So one vector generally denote that it is a vector whose every entry happens to be one. So that one vector. So in is every, it will go up to whatever dimension is there. Last entry will be also one. So simply you observe that the left hand side matrix is nothing, just it is what outer product of one vector with itself. So just you need to remember only one vector, and that would be enough to remember. Then how many entries there are in this one vector? Only 6 entry. That means 30 in place of 36 entry, you just need to remember how many entry? 6 entries. So here computation is very fast. Definitely computation would be very fast here. Things and memory also, it will take very less memory in place of this matrix approach. So that is the representation of one represent in a small representation. We can simply say that one rank representation. Also SVD is providing one rank representation. So due to one rank representation of a 3 by 3 matrix, here where we are having 36 entries, in place of that we just need to remember this 6 entry and this 6 entry. In total 12 entries happens to be enough to explain enough everything about this matrix. So that is a beauty of one rank representation. Or simply you can say that another way, we do density reduction as well. So if you take a grayscale image, suppose that image is 300 by 300 pixel, then in that case how many entries would be there? So there would be 90,000 entries, and that 90,000 entries just we can represent with 600 number. the same thing we can say that image is always happens to be in the gray. If you are taking grayscale image, that means black and white image, then that always is a matrix, and that matrix we can represent by just outer product of a two vectors, and then that's why it is taking very less space. So key point is not that image tends to have low rank. No image mostly they have full rank. If you are taking any image, then most of image you will find that most of image are having low rank. Most of the area that covered by that image, you won't see that bright feature. There might be dark features, so dark area. So dark area, you can say that pixel to those dark area happens to be 0. So simply you can assign 0. So in most of images, so this means that many singular values are small, simply, and even value it would be between 0 and you can normalize the pixel value as well between 0 to 1. It depends upon what process you are going. So it is not like that many singular value. Due to that you will say that many singular value are small, and that can, if there is a small value, then we can put some kind of threshold, that like we can say that if a scalar singular value, that one is less than 2 or zero point 0.3 or zero point 0.5, something like you can put some kind of threshold. If it is less than point 10 to the power 5 or 10 to the power 2 minus 2 or 10 to the power minus 1 or something like that, then you can make those singular values 0, because those are little bit insignificant. So that's why we don't need those singular value. And due to that, the corresponding that one rank matrix and corresponding singular vector will what this those singular vector which are providing one rank matrix, those will be also truncated. So we are getting a truncated singular value decomposition, and that is also providing very good information regarding the original one. So okay, so here you can see all those. So first I would like to take one example here. Consider a high contrast grayscale image of a feather, that it looks like this one. This is the original image. We haven't done any processing here till now. So this image you can consider as what matrix. You can say that this black area, you can say that here what is the pixel value? 0. But if you see white area, bright, or simply you can say bright area is having maximum pixel value or near to maximum. So these are high pixel value. So in image you can simply observe this one. Simply you can say that it is actually a matrix, and size of matrix would be based on how many pixel, what is the total pixel is given here. Pixel is elementary unit. So what we do in a step one, we consider the individual saturation level of each pixel in the original as the numerical entries in the matrix. So that means whatever pixel, that elementary unit of this picture, we try to consider as entry in the corresponding matrix. Okay, next what we do, we compute the SVD of that matrix, SVD of this matrix, and sort the singular value. And if you apply the same SVD technique in Python, then there is a automatic sorting. You don't need to sort, but just theoretical purpose, you need to sort it here. I'm saying you need to sort it. That means from largest to a small. You have to go from largest to smallest, and converting the modified matrices. And what we do, we will remove few value of which are very insignificant. That means those singular value which are very less, we will try to remove, and we will back into the series of images. So we will see that here like this way. So this process of decomposition can reduce the image storage size without losing the quality needed to fully represent the image. So it is just same thing what I am saying, that it is giving all possible information what original image is having. So below we can see as we take increased number of singular value vectors or singular value, then we can see that our quality of image, that approximated image, it will increase and it will go very near to original one. So suppose in the first row you can observe that here very less number of singular values or singular vector we had taken, very less number of singular vector. That means simply in the first you can say that here in this image only one singular vector we have, only one singular value we have taken. That means it is talking about sigma 1 time u1 v1. Okay, in second two singular uh, vector term is coming, one is two singular value is coming. That's way uh, uh, two one rank matrix will come in second term here, sigma 1 u1 v1 transpose plus sigma 2 u2 v2 transpose. Then you can observe that second image in the first row, it looks better than first one. Now in third image you can observe, in the first row you can observe that we are taking five singular value. That means five one rank matrix will come. That means rank of this matrix is actually 5. So that's why it is a little bit better than first and second entry in this first row. Now if you come to this, here we have taken 10 singular values. That means rank of this one, this approximated matrix is what, 10. So that same thing what I had already told, that we try to approximate a matrix by truncated number of singular value or single one rank matrix. So sigma 1 u1 v1 transpose. In the last class I had already explained. So we are going up to not r. It would have, if A is a matrix of rank r, then we are not going up to r, just we are going up to s. Sigma s u s v S transpose. So here S is here in first case S is equal to 1, in second case S equal to 2, in third case S equal to 5, in fourth case S equal to 10. Okay, now we are coming in second row of the pictures, all these pictures. So we can here observe that in this picture we have taken S number of singular values. That means S number of component we have, one rank matrix we have taken. First uh, 15 one rank matrix we have taken, that composed from singular vector. So that's where this quality, this looks better than previous one. Now here we have taken 18, here we have taken 24, here we have taken 30, here now likewise if you go further, here we have taken 35, here we have taken 60, here we have taken 120, here we have taken 680. So 680 one rank matrix we have taken here. You can see that this one is very near to original one, and while original one is taking very large memory space, but this one is taking very less memory space. That is the beauty of singular value decomposition. You can see that it is very near to original one. You will get most of the information what you are seeking for from the image. So from the original one, same thing you will get from this one. Okay, likewise this one is also very nice. Just it is taking 120 singular values. 120, that means 120 one rank matrix. So all these are the important of singular value decomposition in image compression. Second picture I will take color picture. So I will talk about image compression of a color image. So here consider a full colored Pi Day celebration image. Here we can see it like here, where pixel is varies from 0 to 255, and there would be three layer, one layer for red, another layer for green, another layer for blue. And if you mix all these three colors, then you will get a color picture. With the representation of each color related to the full color image, we are able to see amount of contribution of each color has to pixel, as you can see it here. Like this one is the color picture, and it is having three elementary color, red, green, blue. So mixing all these you got this color picture. But if you try to see from color different colors perspective, then it is containing one red color. This is the red color, red component, red layer. This is the what, green layer, and this is blue layer. So simply you can say that RGB. So that's why color image we use to say RGB. So likewise, you can distribute this color layer into three different layers. So these are the three different layers. That means that you are getting three matrix. This one is actually layer of three. There are three layer has been augmented together in order to get a color picture, and these are the individual layer of this color picture. Okay. So what we do here again, we apply that SVD to individual layer wise, and we here as we compute the SVD and only reintroduce a specific singular values, a specific as much as we want. It depends upon our choice how much approximation we want. And one more thing you will see that then you may ask one question: if you are going to approximate, then what is the error? So you need to know. So we are going to suppose we are going to approximate a original image that we are calling it as by so we are calling it A by a S rank approximation. We are going for S rank approximation. Then in the term of error, what is the error? So error actually it is a matrix. We have to take a matrix now. So error would be also given by singular value. Error would be S1 S plus 1 singular value. This would be error. So also you know error, and we know that we have truncated singular value after S onward up to R. After R, we know that singular value happens to be 0. So we have truncated R minus S number of singular value. And why we have truncated? Because those singular value are having very less value, and due to some thresholding property, we have just removed that. And this due to that also we can say that S plus 1 the singular value would be also very less. The magnitude of this value would be very less. So that's why we are just having very less error. So that is the approach of approximation. So here we can observe that in the first row you can observe that very few singular values are coming. I'm just talking about in respect of singular value. Then when we increase singular values, then we will see better picture, better quality of picture. So like this. So in first case we have taken only one singular value. That means sigma 1, only sigma 1, and only one corresponding one rank matrix is u1 times v1 transpose. So this we have taken. Okay, so this is only one singular. In second row here in the left side, we have taken 10 number of singular values. So that's why we will get a 10 number of one rank matrix. In total rank of this approximated matrix would be what? 10. Okay, likewise if you go in right hand side, here we have taken 25. Then you can observe that this one is giving a better approximation than previous one. And if you augment all these three, and then you will get this is the approximated color picture. Likewise if you take 100 singular values, then you will get a approximated matrix 800, or simply we can say that a matrix with rank 100. So this one is you can see that it will by augmenting these three layers, you will get this is the color picture, and this color picture is very near to original. This approximated color picture is very near to original one. So we don't have to go for original one. In place of that, we can go for this compressed version of the picture, and it is giving all the information what is needed. You can even able to read this what is written here: celebrate pi day, pi, and you can see the tree and numbers, all those things you can see it here. So that's why this image SVD is really finding a very interesting application in image compression. You can go for that. Okay, so all these actually we are doing here what we are doing low rank matrix approximation. So that is the, if someone is asking what is actual problem name, then here always we do low rank matrix approximation. That is the problem. So with the help of SVD we can do low rank matrix approximation based on desired number of specific singular values. What singular value you want to take, so that is the scenario. So here I will go to talk about actually low rank matrix approximation. That is ultimate application of singular value decomposition. So here I have taken defined law, what is the meaning of low rank and what is rank. You know that I don't have to recall rank again. Rank is talking about number of linearly independent column of a matrix, or simply if you are seeing in row reduced echelon form, the number of pivot columns or number of pivot rows. So that is the definition of row of a matrix, rank of a matrix. So consider a m by n matrix having rank r. Then if it is having rank r, then definitely we can you can go for any kind of matrix decomposition, or same another name is factorization, and you can decompose that matrix in the form of product of two matrix B and C, where B is m by r and C is r by n. And now this is the general decomposition technique of a matrix of rank r. But if suppose r is very less than, very less than number of rows or number of columns. So m is generally we are talking about number of sample size, or simply number of measurement, and n we are calling it dimension. So if suppose rank happens to be very less than m and n, then what will happen? We will get representation like this way. That's one one would be very long, that one vector, one matrix would be that this matrix would be very free matrix that we are decomposing. The factor free matrix, first matrix would be very long and skinny, and second matrix that would be also short and long. So that approach would be there. That means we are this is the given matrix, and that matrix we are decomposing in this form. That means this one is uh, like this way, very long and a skinny type, and this one is again, this one is also very long and a skinny type. So this representation it is talking about in case of low rank matrix. Suppose, so always if you take image, in image is always having have, is having low rank criteria in case of image. So if you go see in left hand side, you are having m time n entries, but if you see in right hand side, you need to just sum m plus n time r. R is rank definitely low rank. So relatively rank is very less than m and n. So that's where this quantity always it would be very less than m into n. Very not equality, even I should not put equality, very less than. uh, very less means we write less than two times. So if this quantity would be very less than uh, mn. Remember that here mn happens to be very big number. In case of image, it might be 100,000 or whatever, it depends upon the size of image. Okay, so that is the situation is coming here. So this is a story of low rank matrix. It is definition of low rank matrix. So geometrically, actually in most application, we assume that a has a full rank matrix, or suppose it is a full rank matrix. That means rank of the matrix. What is meaning of full rank matrix? Full rank matrix happens to be, rank of the matrix happens to be either equal to number of sample size or equal to number of dimension, whichever would be minimum, it would be equal to that. So this is the definition of full rank matrix. Generally we our perception happens to be that it happens to be full rank matrix, and that original thing happens to be full rank matrix, but actually that one is not true. Rank happens to be always less than that. Even if a matrix is full rank matrix, we can approximate that matrix by a low rank matrix. We can go for low rank approximation again. So definitely solution would be approximate solution, but that thing will take less memory. So it is very feasible to proceed with low rank matrix from the computation point of view. Okay, so what are the motivation of low rank matrix approximation? So singular value decomposition, it provides the best way to approximate a given matrix with a rank k matrix for a target rank k. So that means we are fixing a target from our side. That means we need only k number of singular values, or we need a matrix having k rank only. That it is coming from our side. It is our input, and based on that, we can approximate that matrix by a k rank matrix using singular value decomposition, or truncated singular value decomposition. We can say that truncated. That means we truncate uh, r minus k number of singular value which are having very insignificant value, that very less value. Okay, such a matrix we are calling it Lorentz approximation. Okay, so what are the application of this one? So it is having the simplest application that we had already seen, that compression or image compression. So one in case of image, we can say that it is image compression. Or a Lorentz matrix, it provides a lossy or compressed version of the matrix. So because we have truncated in insignificant singular value, that's why it is giving a compressed version, or another name of that we are calling it lossy. That means it has lost something. Some information is some insignificant information has been lost by this Lorentz approximation. Okay, so original matrix is described by, we know that mn numbers, but if you decompose this matrix A by this y and z, that means y is coming with respect to left singular vector and z is coming with respect to right singular vector, then it requires how many entries? Just it requires m plus n times k. K is number of singular value what you are taking it. Another application is talking about, so what, for example, a represent an image, then same criteria you can, generally image size m and n happens to be 100 of 100 or 100 of something, in term of 100, you can 100 times something, 100 times something, very big number. Then what is it? A modest value of k you can. So if you are thinking that no, we should go for 100 rank matrix or 150 rank matrix, then definitely this approximation is what we are getting, that we are calling it Lorentz approximation, and it is giving all the possible information what is needed for the needed from the original image. It is giving all these things. Another application I will talk about, uh, what we call it denoising. So generally if you are taking any signal, so whether it is sine signal or cosine signal or whatever signal if you are taking, then and that signal can be put in matrix representation. So if you are taking measurement, then always measurement happens to be noisy version of actual signal or actual ground truth. Okay, so in that noisy version, you don't want noisy representation of any signal. And definitely if you see in the matrix, noisy representation is having very less singular value, those are associated with very less singular value. So if you convert that, go for a Lorentz matrix approximation, by default that noisy version noise will automatically removed. So that's way we can get one application of Lorentz matrix approximation thanks to SVD in denoising. So then what we do is the same thing I told, that approximate, we can approximate this noisy original noisy signal by an approximate Lorentz approximate matrix. Then we have to pass through what this operation based on SVD, we have to pass through raw matrix, and it might throw out lot of noise and little signal. So when we apply that Lorentz matrix approximation over this original, that what measure through measurement what matrix we got, then definitely those things which has been truncated out, those would be actually noise, mostly noise, and few information of signal, actual signal will be also truncated out. But no worry, we will get a very good representation of that original one. So one application I told, that denoising, the denoising might be common to electronics and communication student. Another problem I'm talking about, the same Netflix problem what I told, that it was related with matrix completion. So given a matrix with missing entries, the first step we have to obtain a full matrix that we are calling it A cap, by filling in the missing entries with default value. So this one is right now, it is very simple kind of approach to deal with matrix completion, basic problem of matrix completion, basic approach of simplest approach of matrix completion. So what would be default value? So default value, it might be 0. So like that in movie versus user, what I told. So suppose movie are in along this, and rows are forming by users. So I'm writing it M movies and user U. So first user is give. So several movie we have taken. So first user is giving some kind of measurement, some kind of review, and he forget to watch one or two movie, so he can't provide review for those movie. Likewise, even few user one, user two, you will see that. So I'm putting here cross, that means cross means user unable to give, could due to that user could not watch that movie, that's why unable to provide review, so not giving any review. Likewise, you can go for second user, third user. So third, suppose the second user is not he has not watched first movie, so he won't provide review for that. Also he has not watched second movie, so that's why can't provide a review for second movie as well, but have watched other movie. Likewise, simply I would like to say that in this user versus movie matrix, you see various missing entries. Then if there is a missing entry, it is very difficult to find SVD of this one, SVD of this one. How we can find SVD? It is very difficult to how we can. So problem is all about how to complete this one. So definitely, if you are going to complete this one, you have to took one assumption that this matrix is a low rank matrix. Low rank matrix. Then you will go for low rank matrix approximation. So in order to complete this, you are putting few condition over this. Actually this one in optimization, this one is an optimization problem. And optimization, whatever optimization problem is there, I will talk about after module 3. So here you need to put first simplest approach is you put default entries here. So first default entry, you can say that whichever missing entries are there, just put it 0 there, put 0 there. So that one is 0, one is default entry 0. Another default entry, you can take average of the non entry in the same column. So if suppose in first, if you observe in first column, definitely very uh, very few entry would be missing. So what you do, take other entries and average it out and put at the missing place. Likewise in this column, in this column, in this column, that means you are completing the matrix and then go for a low rank representation. Okay, another approach is that also you can go to take average of the non entry in the same row wise. Also you can take it entry, otherwise also you can take the entries average of the non entries of the complete matrix. So that approach also you can take it. So these are just a hit and trial situation kind of things. It is not a good technique to complete a matrix, hit and trial. So the good technique I will talk about, that one is very much dependent on coherence property. So I will talk in module 4. Okay, am I audible or not? Any question till now? No. Okay, I'm going forward if you don't have any question. So further motivation I will talk about here, that the second one, first uh, a step I discussed about in the matrix completion was what we have to fill up those missing entries. That one was the first step in the uh, matrix completion. What is the second step? Second step, that we have to find a best rank k approximation of the matrix. That this one is not original matrix. This one is what matrix where we have filled the missing entry by some default process or some hit and trial process. So hit and trial is always not good. Sometimes it may work, sometimes definitely you will face problem. You are very away from, very far away from the original one. So this approach. So first we did through default approach. Second, we are after that we will go for rank k approximation, and this approach work reasonably well when we go and try to go for this approach within unknown entries here. When this approach will be very good, then whatever unknown entries we have taken by default method, and suppose we are very lucky that the now completed matrix a cap is very near to unknown matrix. Why unknown matrix? Because we don't know the all entries of that matrix. If it is suppose by luck and by hit and trial, it happens to be a cap is very near to very near to A, then there are not many missing entries. When and also if we observe that missing entries are very less, then what will be our high level plan for computing rank k approximation of matrix? It would be what we have to express A as list of ingredient that we can give a proper ordering by importance whatever we are needing. So this one is one approximation graphical picture I had already given here. So that means we just need to take only k number of left singular vector and k number of singular values and k number of right singular vector, and then we are getting an approximation. So in right hand side we can denote it by ak. This matrix is ak and this matrix is u, and you are talking about approximation of a by ak approximation. And we also know about error. Someone may ask why we are doing all these, because and whether it is a best approximation of that rank matrix. Definitely it is the best approximation, because linear algebra is always optimal in sense, so it is always giving best approximation of that rank. If you change another rank, then you will get another approximation. So rank wise, if you fix rank, then rank in the category of that rank you will get several k rank matrix, and we don't know which one is very near to A. And if you are coming with this singular value decomposition, you are defining AK as uk times sigma k times, because you are having information of all these, times vk transpose. Then you among the all possible k rank matrix in the family of in that family, you can observe that you can say that this is matrix is the best approximation of the original matrix A. So it is always giving best approximation. Okay, so that is the scenario. So I will put everything in algorithmic fashion. So what is the algorithm for what we call it low rank matrix approximation? First, that we have to compute SVD of the given matrix, where we are calling it containing each column of u are actually left singular vectors, or simply you can say that it is m by n orthogonal matrix. Sigma is what? It is a diagonal matrix whose diagonal entries are coming from singular values of A, and V transpose is again orthogonal matrix, and column of V is again what? Those are actually right singular vector of A. Right singular vector of A, or simply that you know what is meaning of left singular vector and what is meaning of right singular vector. And keep only what we have to do in next step. This one is the step one. Step one. In next step, what we have to do? We have to keep only k number of right singular vector, and if you're taking right singular vector, that one is defining the matrix V, and in that process in right hand side in the multiplication, what we observe? V transpose. So we will get a Vk transpose, and that would be equal to first k rows of V. So Vk transpose, it will contains first k rows of V transpose. Okay, this is the step. So remember that this step I have taken two, because multiplication is happening like this way. You always go from left to right, sorry, right to left. Why? Because you can see that you need to, ultimately you need to apply this over some vector x. So first V will come, then sigma will come, then u will come. So that's why we are talking about first Vk when you apply over some vector. So Vk is coming. Second, we will talk about sigma. Easily you can say get it, because it is a diagonal matrix. Easily we can say that we will take only k number of rows, and due to that we will also have, we will have k number of columns as well. So there is no issue with sigma. Again in third step we will talk about that we will take only k number of singular vector, left singular vector, that will form uk, and it contains first k columns of the orthogonal matrix U. Okay, now same thing I discuss about sigma k. Very easy to deal with sigma k. Just we have to take first k row only of column sigma, and it will give first k largest singular value of A. it will contain first k singular largest value of A. So then what we need to define k rank in the last step. This one is a step 4. In the last step, we need to define, just multiply uk with vk transpose with sigma k, further this one with uk. So this is ak, it is k rank matrix, and k rank approximation of the original matrix A. So this is the algorithmic approach of low rank matrix